Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Strategic Command World War I, episode number, I don't know, 14, perhaps? It's getting up there. Maybe the last episode we'll be recording. Because I think that the push is really on, and the Central Powers are really starting to fall. Looks like we have a 4-1, that's a terrible start. 2-1, which is okay. And he killed my unit. 2-0. And then he went and attacked and he got a 0-3. We have a 1-2. Defensive artillery coming in. Wish you could disable defensive artillery. Ooh, wow. 4-1. That unit is dead. 3-1. And shattered. And a 1-0. Oh god, a 4-3. A 1-2. And a 3-1. We did our best. We tried to push to Lodz, we didn't quite make it. A lot of reinforcements going on at 2-2. One, 4. Ouch. Okay, a 1-0. Another 1-0. We might have to move that guy out. Okay, 0-1. They did take Kuwait. And that is the replay. So not a good turn, I would say. That was not particularly good, but... Wait, lost some points. Oh, we have some spying going on. And new units, we have French ships, and that's it. Okay. Well, I'm going to start with my overall impressions first. I think that this was not a very good turn for us. We did not do very well in any of these battles. Our units, I think one French unit was just decimated here and quickly destroyed. And likewise with one of the Russian units, I think the one that was overextended right here. It's a splash of water, cold water to the face to remember that, oh, we're still vulnerable. I mean, that makes sense, of course. I'm not so blind or naive as to think that we can just charge. But I would say, pretty disappointed in both those results, and maybe, I don't think it was unlucky. I think it was just poor understanding of the combat mechanics on my part. We'll go through, I think, those situations a little bit by bit on their own, but for now I want to go ahead and continue to push against this unit. I know that we only have 3 supply here. I could probably push forward. I think I will. Let's just push and start taking territory. This is just my response to their vacating this area, and this unit is still going to have 4 supply every turn. I think it's better, because Kuwait is only going to have 2, maybe 3. I actually get 5 here, and I think 5 will also propagate here. Yeah, so I'm actually okay to sit here with 5 because we have incoming supply from the port. We'll use that mechanic in our favor. Very weak units. We really have good options no matter what we choose here. We'll go with this unit first. 0-3 went 0-2. Let's go ahead and swap for the cavalry. Why can't we swap? Not sure. I guess I'll just move them out directly. Move in. 0-2 went 0-2. Can we swap now? Still no. Move this guy up. 0-1. Got him. And that was a national morale bonus, which means that unit is just completely ended. Weirdly enough, we cannot move any unit forward into this area, except for the Anzac one. I don't think I want to do that. I really want the Anzac unit to to be resupplied. Okay, I thought about it a little bit, and I am just going to move the Anzac unit in. He can only be resupplied up to 8. I think that because the supply is 5, supply is high, even though strength is low, we should actually be able to do some damage here. And he can even move back, which is interesting. Oh, can somebody else move in though? No, zone of control will prevent anything from happening, so if we want, we can move back. I think we're better off keeping him. It's supply of 5 either way, so I don't see any reason to move him back. I don't actually even see a reason to move a unit in because they'll actually be losing supply. Except for the fact that we do want my artillery to be able to do something. It's only got 1 shell. Okay, so we'll have to sacrifice supply. I think we'll do this. We'll move this guy in here, move that unit there, and we're ready for next turn. It's obviously quite a sad situation for the Ottomans over here in the east, which means it's a great situation for me as the Russians. We're going to go ahead and eliminate this unit. That should be a national morale bonus. National morale bonus. It is. And it looks like we can move both of these guys to the same place. We can heal that unit instead, which maybe I will do. Push this guy forward. We don't even need, we didn't even need to be healed at this point, but what I could also do is maybe something weird. Am I not able to swap anyone? Okay, I can swap. So I can get this guy on here, or I can move him forward. We're splitting hairs at this point. I think we'll do this, and we'll heal. We want to do bombardment, so this is only a 1-2. I think I can improve that. 9%, 29, 8%. Okay, we're not really doing that much. Let's try it here, 1040. Yeah, I guess you can't do much damage if they're already pretty much down to 0. Even though my unit's at 77, I don't know why they're actually seem to be fighting much better than I expected. 1-2 goes 2-2, even more surprising. So I think that that's going to compel my other unit. Well, let's do this first. 0-4 goes 0-4. Now if I don't, I think I will do this, and we can get in there. This unit can move here. 0-3. He retreated. Okay, so supply-wise, if we want more supply, we should probably move this guy back to Zurum. I think I'll leave my artillery there protected, and we can also start branching out and taking other places like... And I'm just trying to get the Ottomans to collapse here. They're at 55%. We can take their morale down quite a bit. Let's do a little bit of forward scouting with our battleship. He's got nothing else to do. He's not seeing any troops on the way to relieve the terrible situation at Trabzon, so it looks like we're in very good shape. We're just patrolling the waters, brazenly patrolling this area. Yeah, so that's as far as we really need to go. I think I'll leave the troop here, just in case he's needed. Well, really, there's no situation I can imagine him being needed even. We could back up. I don't think that this unit... I do want to back up to preserve supply, although he can't actually get out of there, so it's fine. I don't think he can do anything except for wait for his turn to die. His supply, which was 2, is probably going to be a 0, just a straight 0, because this is probably like 5, 4, 3, 2, and then it's 3, I think, to jump into the mountains, so that'd be a -1. So yeah, we'll call that a 0. I've been wrong with that math before, but things are, as I have already said, things are looking really good on the Ottomans' east front and the Caucasus. No need to move these guys. We just can't do anything with them, unfortunately. So we'll go to the Serbians. Well, we're really feeling that famous quote from Hitler that all you need to do is kick in the walls and the entire structure will come crashing down. He said that, of course, about the Soviet Union in 1941. I think we can very easily say it about the Austro-Hungarians here in 1915. In order to prevent the Bulgarians from being able to advance easily against Nish, if they actually do something like that, I'm going to take this unit and push it up here. I'm going to have him just defend, entrench along this border. And I'm going to relieve this unit and actually move him back because he's not being useful anymore. Even my main unit, my main detachment can't help. So I'm going to pull this unit back as well. And he's going to go to Uskub eventually. I guess we can undo that. What kind of movement would you be able to do? Yeah, I think this is more what I had in mind. Could get all the way over here, in fact. That's probably the best thing to do. We'll just do that. We just are just preparing for the absolute worst, although Bulgaria did not change their percentage. I think 71, 85, Netherlands still at 6%. Hopefully, I mean, I don't think that our investment into diplomacy is going to pay off in the game, but I don't think it was the wrong thing to do. We have two good choices here, a 1-2 and a 1-2. The huge one is this 1-4. We'll just do that immediately, because that may make the other ones... Oh, it ended up being a 2-4, and I'm hoping that it looks like this unit is going to be able to secure the kill there. So artillery... Got him. Okay, that was a really important one, because that frees up this unit's need to do anything with just the attack here. And this went 1-3, which is really good. And now I can, what I want to do is move this unit forward. So I want to probably move this unit here and this unit here, because we're going to defend our line of supplies. That unit is probably going to be healed. I don't even think we'll take the 1-1 in Sarajevo. It's kind of a, well, their morale is so bad that maybe we will take the 1-1. No, I think I might just stop. Maybe move this unit north, and we can just, I think maybe just have the stalemate here at Sarajevo. We don't need to take it, because now we're able to do really fun stuff like this. Push really deep into the Austro-Hungarian innards. And I was thinking of going for a Gram, but I may go there via Pex. I don't know how to pronounce the Austrian language, or I guess this is the Hungarian language very well. Sorry. So forgive my pronunciations. But it looks like we're going to be able to take Pex as well. And that's just, look at that huge swath of land we already took. I believe Pex, yeah, Pex will already be a 4 for us. So hopefully by our turn, when it comes back to us, if it comes back to us, of course, we might be wrapping up this series pretty quickly. As you can see, things are starting to deteriorate. But if it comes back to us, I would really like to see if we get to 5 there. Now we have a 1-3 here. I think I'm going to take that instead of heal this unit. It's a questionable thing to do, but it worked out as a 1-3. And we have 2 ways of doing this. If we don't move the unit forward, we can actually heal. I think we have to, because they're Sarajevo, even their, I mean, it's a road directly. So let's move there. Unless we want to move that detachment. No. Yeah, I think this is the best decision. Just move there. We don't really need strength in these units. We just need their ability to plow. So that is... Oh, 1-2. Okay, we'll take that. Did go 1-2 for us. No need for us to push out here. We'll leave Belgrade as the tip of the spear. I don't mind this detachment absorbing a lot of hits. Now, we're so close to connecting, and what's really interesting is we actually could connect. It was one of the ideas that I was like, I could go here. Instead of going to Esseg, I probably could have done... I think I could have just done this, and then this guy... I guess he couldn't have gotten it. We could not have connected this turn, but we have this unit who's just running wild. I'm going to move here, just to make sure that I can move all the way in. It looks like it is free, and it is. So we're all the way to Hermannstadt, and the very, very southern, southeastern border of the Austro-Hungarians, really the Hungarians with Romania. So we've achieved our objectives, except for Kronstadt, which is absolutely the next one we want to take. Because it is a question, I mean, should we go west or east? But I think taking Kronstadt, we're just trying to get the Romanians into the war here. Hopefully these advances are going to pay dividends. Looks like we might actually want to do that then. I may leave this unit here defending. So I don't know. I haven't looked at the situation for the Russians yet, but I think that is Serbia done. The one troubling thing was to see my battle cruiser here getting, dealt with poorly. So we're gonna try to get him out of the mess. I think I'll put him all the way over here. just to get him out of this bad situation. I think I might even just heal this unit to 20. We have plenty of French points left, so we'll just heal him so that we are in better shape to attack next turn. And we'll leave my submarine here blocking the way out. I want to use this submarine actually to kind of scout. Just trying to see what they still have intact. Are they defending anything? So we can't see Smyrna itself, but that's promising that there's nothing else over here. Okay, I don't know if Gallipoli is at itself being held. I guess we can check with my armored cruiser. No, cannot actually check, so pull this guy back as well. Pull this guy back. And there's no reason for us to be over here. The Ottomans don't have any ships remaining. We just want to kind of clear out. I think I'll get this armored cruiser into port here. Kind of put everyone to port. I may end up doing some repairs. Over here we have the situation in, unfortunately, really the unfortunate situation in Tunisia that they were able to break out with their partisans. Now, I wonder if I am going to be able to, dispatch those forces. And we have 4 supply. What's supply going to look like for us? 3. Well, we still need to get to Fez to retake this, and then we'll probably be moving the garrison. We'll probably be moving the garrison into Fez and parking them there in the end. But we won't be able to do that. Well, I mean, the garrison will have to slowly inch over. So your job, Mr. Battleship, is actually complete. I don't think you're needed. Yeah, I don't really have a use for you anywhere. I guess I'll move you here as potential bait for the submarines. I don't think the Austro-Hungarians get any more ships, but I don't know. I'll think about where to move that guy. I probably won't end up moving him at all, but that's also okay. He's not really useful. So that means we have to look at the west. This was probably the source of the biggest disappointment since the last turn, or from the Agrippa's resolution. Was losing that unit so easily, so cheaply in the Ardennes. I guess you just gotta take what you're given. We also have a really good situation against this quite overextended German unit. And although I have artillery, which is available, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade him. Yeah, I don't think he can do anything when he's upgraded. So we really want that unit. I just don't want him to do any defensive artillery fire. But his shells are going to mean a lot more, and those are very valuable right now. Back to where have we done level 2? We have. We might even do level 3 on the gas shell production, just so we can increase artillery. Again, this is all planning for the future, which may not be necessary, but let's go ahead and do this. Oh, what? I'm stupid. And for my crimes, I paid a 3-4 instead of a 2-4. I really want to bombard this guy first. He's at 75-69. 74-65. Okay, that's definitely something. I don't even know if I'm going to be doing any other bombardments, so we might even have my airship as well go bombard this guy. It's a little bit late because I already did one attack. But we're not going to have an easy time of it. We cannot do... This is the only other person we could bombard, and we already have one person who can do that. So yeah, let's get this airship to do the... That was from 65 down to 62 for morale. Good enough for me. This is now a 2-5. I'll take it. And it ended up being exactly a 2-5. Okay, so let's just finish the unit off and then push in. Or not. I don't actually know if we will push in. But let's do the attack. Please don't hit me. Yes. Okay, I was hoping the shattered. When I saw the shattered, I was really hoping that that would mean we would not take damage. So this guy can get in with a 3. We actually could do this. We can get this guy in with a 3, move that guy north, move this guy in here to Epinal. So we could move a unit in and have him entrenched, but it would be a clear zone. I have a strong feeling that that would be a terrible source of revenge attacks from the Germans. There is a faint glimmer of hope that we could take out this unit. I think it's actually worth just spotting for him. We don't know what we would do with anybody else, but let's actually do this just so I can see what's around him. And I didn't see what he was before, but he's down 80, 94, sorry, 90, 84. Not sure if we want to move in or spend a turn waiting for their artillery. Obviously, when the artillery comes, I think we'll be making short work of these forces. And the ultimate goal of this artillery is that we can take Liège. I guess I can do this because we are still trying to slowly find out where those German submarines are. Okay, I wanted to do that, and then I'm going to park this unit back here. It's very important that this submarine stays here. I want there to be a full blockade so that they cannot get in and out of the keel, out of the canal. And I wanted to make sure as well that there was no other units here. Looks like we're okay, so I'm going to move this unit, not in vision range. I don't know if they can see off. Can I see off the coast right here? It doesn't look like these blank hexes can do anything. So I could probably move here, but I know at least I can move here. And we're going to start lining up the rest of the boys, getting them ready to go. They're just saying, waving hello to the Dutch folk. This guy is taking down 1 supply per turn, but now with 5 action points at the beginning of the next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think with 4, we should be able to get in, take Wilhelmshaven, and then immediately we'll land troops. I think we'll only even be able to land 1 of those troops. So that's, I mean, that's just going to be the way it goes, I guess. This dreadnought is very exposed, but what other choice do we have? We have to protect the darn transports. In fact, I probably should be pulling, maybe I should pull this French destroyer down here. Okay, well, that was, so let's get this dreadnought to defend something a little bit further back, and have this guy defend a little bit further forward. Okay, so we won't be able to use that destroyer if we do find where their submarines have gone to, and I have to be honest, I have no idea where they went. There was no report about them in the turn. So can fight fire with fire, I guess, and leave it to our submarine to try to find them. Oh, got him. Ah, okay, so this guy's at 0. Let's just pounce. Surprised that we can't do damage to him. We aren't giving up. Let's get our carriers down here then. Huh? I don't know why I can't. Finally got a hit. Is this guy too close? Well, I am thoroughly confused why we can't do that. I'll probably pull these dreadnoughts off and put them back into the blockade. Yeah, this is very strange. I don't know what's preventing us. You don't really want to go scouting with your light cruisers, but we have no choice. And I didn't see in the replay any movement along this blockade, so I just assumed that their units are moving back home, probably in getting prepared to attack my fleet here, which would be, in my opinion, a very good / terrible thing. We may even need to take more aggressive action to prevent that. Okay, I'm going to do this just to hopefully prevent, okay, this, I guess, just to prevent, hopefully, some attacks against my forces. Yeah, this is going to be the best. So they can't move through this net, which means that hopefully they won't encounter my transports. Okay, well, I think that's not a very satisfying turn. Mostly because this unit wasn't able to do anything. Okay. I mean, we have these units, by the way, with a better ASW, but... Oh. Well, we could check it out. Well, they are also useless. What is it so hard? This guy's at 1% morale, 0 supply. I'm not... I'm baffled. I'm nothing but baffled about the game mechanics at work here. That's the only thing I am, is baffled. Huh, they are like completely gone. Do I want to get this guy to do some raiding? Could put on some raiding. Nah, it's not necessary. Well, I have no idea where these submarines are. We've covered almost everything. Get this guy to just come down here. Just check some little corners, but there's nobody. So I think we'll get this unit into port. I think that it will take him a turn of healing to get his planes back. So we'll do that. Get this guy onto the line. We still have the full blockade. Germans have 74% morale, so they are themselves not doing very well. We do have our 2 units far under the line. And I think that's all we're going to do this turn for... I mean, look at this. This guy's completely surrounded by destroyers. What more can you do? I mean, if you're in a situation where you've surrounded the enemy by... It must be like really bad weather here. Storms, yeah. So it must be because of the storms. It's very hard to see. The storms are very hard to detect. I always have to look down here, so there's storms apparently everywhere, and I'm guessing that's why we couldn't launch our airplanes as well. Okay, now it all at least makes sense. Aha! I figured it out. On my own this time, for once. Okay, so hopefully those storms remain in place next turn so that our units, I mean our ships don't get attacked. And now I think we still have more to do on the Western Front. Okay, I am going to move here. Just scout out what we have available. Yeah, that's not as good as I was hoping. We could probably do a lot of damage to this unit, which the only good news about that is that it would prevent us from being attacked, at least by as many people. And I believe, actually, that our damage here, 3-2, is better than the damage we can expect to receive if they end up attacking. So... I'm going to do it. 3. So that went 2-3 when I expected it to be 3-2. So we're +2 in that. Remember that. Well, remember this moment. I think I'll get the interceptors to move a little bit further south. I might even have Foch move into Chalon. Yeah, supply doesn't appear to be an issue. I just want to shift these guys down a little bit so that I can get that unit who attacked clear. We can move a 10 in... No, we can't. But this is now a 2-2, which is much more reasonable. Okay, let's get this unit out. Okay, you can do this. This is going to be a little bit bizarre. I'm going to do... Oh, crap. This unit has to move in here, otherwise we won't move any unit in there, which is also not a bad idea. Let's move in. 2-3, I just have to do it. 2-2, we'll take it. He can't move out unless we swap him, but we can swap him. I think the best thing will be to actually swap probably this unit out. So this 8 can make it here. That's probably where he will end up then. And this 10 can get in there. Okay, so let's do this. Let's move him out. Let's move this 10 in. I'm debating whether to move him in. Still debating. He won't be able to entrench is the problem. I think I will not move him in. We really need to get this guy out, though. So where do we want the cavalry? This is just bizarre. Let me think about this. Okay, yeah, I am going to move this guy forward here. I am going to do this swap. It's kind of a bad swap because we can't re-entrench. But the good news is we are going to have the level 1 artillery next turn to, if they do anything crazy. So if I move this guy in, we can probably eliminate that unit altogether. Okay, let's just do it. Got him. Oh, whoa! 3-2. Okay, well, that's fine. Move this 8 in, I think. Let's have him entrenched so that the entrenchments are facing the right way, at least. And I think the same thing here. Well, we don't really need... We could probably just heal this unit so that he's ready to move forward. I think a lot of these units are just going to be healed. 33. Probably. We can get this guy over here so he can help out in the future. This guy's a 10. We'll move him a little bit further forward. Or do we want to heal him first? I think we'll move him first so he can still help out right now. And I think that we're good over here. We're just going to do some reinforcements. I think I'll take that one. We have some work to do. At least the unit in Verdun has entrenchment 6. Yeah, we don't have to worry about the unit in Verdun. It's like a safe house. Like, you know, like in Monopoly when you're in jail, you can't actually be attacked. It's kind of like that. I probably will upgrade this unit. This only has experience of 1, but I mean, the French do have an abundance of points this turn. So even after all those healings, we have 250 points remaining. And I think that means it's time to move over to the Eastern Front. Okay, I think we're going to start in the north. Mostly, we're just going to start pushing units further south. I see this as a stalemate, which we sacrifice an additional 2 units of line to hold because they have the interior line. But that's okay. Russians have a lot of units. I think that'll be okay. But we're going to start shifting some units south. So I'm also going to shift this unit all the way down here. And now we have 2 backup divisions, or 2 backup corps in this area, where the action mostly is going to be, I suspect. We have a 2-3 here, which I think is worth taking advantage of. We'll try to amplify that advantage by doing at least 1 round. 71-59, went to 70-56. That is not much of an improvement. I think it might be worth actually doing 1 more of those. I was also thinking about using it against this unit, which has pretty good morale considering it only has a strength of 6. So let me just go ahead and use this one. Yeah, that was actually better than the first time. It went down 2% on readiness and morale went down to 53. It's still 2-3. We still expect to do better, but now I'm more confident in that result. And it didn't it didn't work. That's okay. I would actually rather have a 10 move in there. So you can definitely get in there. It would be a 4 for you, I think. Because this is a forest. Well, I might just leave this 8 there for now. This artillery, having already bombarded, is not needed here. But okay, I think I will move this division further south. Do we want to do an attack here? I don't think so. I guess we could do a follow-up attack. You know what I might do is actually... Let's swap these guys out. And I don't know where this detachment is needed. I guess nowhere for now. I'll just stick there. And yeah. So I'm doing this just so he's closer to swap next turn, not even this turn. I don't want to attack detachments because we want to go at least 1 to 3 with those, and we are not able to. So nobody else to attack. Oh, 2 to 3, but a detachment. Until we get down here. And I should have done the scouting first, but I actually haven't even seen that big of a deal. Before I do any of this, I actually want this unit to be healed, so it's not going to give me any interception protection this turn. Okay, so this is a 85-73. We will face interceptors and take 3 hits. And no damage. Oh, of course, wait. Is this 84, 71. I think 73 went down to 71, so it was some advantage. But let's just push our luck here and let's not attack anymore with our air until our interceptors are up. And this is why I wanted my interceptors up, defended, because I think a 10 versus, I'm assuming this is a 10, is going to give us some better luck than a 5 versus 10. So I did not want them to join. Let's do our attack. Okay, it went 1-3, fantastic. And I think that's my cue to swap. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing this is to protect against my attack here. Yes, that's right. I'm moving here to get the kill. And then if I can, oh, still took, perfect. We're able to get back. And I think we're even going to be able to swap. So this is a very low morale unit, even though it's a 10. I imagine that it was a 3 the turn before, so it just takes a little bit of time for those guys to get up to speed. We'll swap these guys back. We don't need to push on to Let's Know or anything like that. At 2-2, I just don't even think it's worth it right now. The 6 is already going to get worse unless he heals it, which is precious depletion of his resources. I want to swap this unit, the cavalry, out. The cavalry is actually really important right now. They're needed lots of other places, not here. So we'll do that, and we'll just heal the mountain forces. I don't know if we'll have any opportunities to attack with these forces, but we will down here. We have a 1-4, which meets my requirements. We went 1-3, which is, well, that's the minimum. I would prefer not to see a 1-3, especially against the Austro-Hungarians. Let's check this out. Okay, we got a 2-5. Okay, that was not good. That was actually not good. Could move our 9 in, though. Actually, I'm going to move this 9 in because even though he has a good attack against the Marines, it will be even better if we can destroy their HQ, which we are in position to do. So let's do it. I'm surprised this went so poorly for us, really. We're back here. Now this 9 can get here, so let's move this unit in. They will not be able to move, but we will be able to do another attack. Perfect. Move this guy in. Very good. Very, 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 very good. I'm very happy with that turn of events, although these HQs, I think there's more HQs than Austro-Hungarian units at this point. We can still heal our Sambor unit. We do have 370. I think we had almost 400 points at the start of the turn. Useful to do that. This guy doesn't have high enough supply to do anything like that, but I think we'll still keep him around, which brings us all the way to the bottom. I'm just looking back up here. There are some amusing situations like this one, which is entrenched way back here. You kind of imagine other units laughing at this core that is entrenched some 400 miles behind the line, still dug in, like maybe and still in shell shock. So even though they're only a 1 and I really do want to heal them, I'm going to move them down here because, well, okay, I guess I kind of just don't like the entrenchment way back there. But you know what? Yeah, let's do this. And let's do this just to intimidate the Germans. They're going to see some kind of unit back there. And let's spend a lot of our precious reinforcements, 245. They're going to drop very quickly. Went down to 160 already. See if there's anybody else. We'll take it. Make sure everyone's up in tip-top fighting shape. Ooh, yep, we'll take the 21 as well. Okay, now some interesting stuff here. We have 1-4. It might be worth... This is kind of crazy. I think it is worth doing. Let's go off and cut off this unit. Yes! We'll also do this attack, which ended up being a 2-5, which is not good, but it's also, I think, good enough. He's not going to have very good supply this turn, so I don't think we have to worry about that. Kosik or Koshiche, or don't have any idea how to pronounce this, unfortunately, but that's where the supply is going to be coming from. So it'll be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll cost 5, so if this is an 8, it'll be 3. I think that's where the supply is actually coming from right now, which means if we want it to be really brutal, we could try to cut it off. Or we could do an attack over here Now this is going to be a real double-edged sword in that if we choose to move here, our supply will be much lower, and we have no guarantees that this unit won't be in good shape. I think I'm just going to stay where I am. In fact, we might as well, if we're staying where we are, we might as well entrench in place, which the other units don't really need to do against a detachment. We could also entrench here, just to really annoy them. Yeah, I don't even know which directions to entrench against. This side, so obviously down, and then this side, I guess. It's a little bit weird. We'll entrench here as well. What's the supply going to be? He's gonna be in very, very, very poor supply. 3, I guess. It says 4 if we were able to get it from the HQ, which we are not. So this guy, Grosswardine, is actually, or Grosswardine, is actually producing 5 supply already. He's back up. So this unit will have a supply of 3 if nothing else. I'm sure that this German corps is going to have supply probably from Budapest. 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, so he won't lose any of his supply, but I think it's just intimidating enough that we have moved in, retaken to Brezin. We're again just trying to trigger the collapse of the Austro-Hungarians. They're down to 22%. We've taken 1 more city, 2 more cities, 3 more cities. So again, just kicking the walls of the structure, and the whole thing should just come tumbling down. That's the hope here, and that's the strategy even. I think that's it. So we managed to finish the whole turn in 39 minutes. That's, no, 40, well, it was 39 minutes for the turn, but yeah, 41, 42 minutes all told. Pretty darn good. The only thing we have left, I think we have something left, but let me scan around and look, see if there's anything more we need to do. Last little thing, I'm going to move this cruiser over towards Corsica. Oh my god, I forgot this guy was even here. We found him. Well, he has no supply. I don't think he's a threat. And I was going to move this guy, well, now even more so, I want to move him all the way to Alexandria. Oh, that's really interesting that his sub has been hiding here. I guess doing nothing. He has no supply, probably can't do anything. We'll just watch out for him. We'll hopefully see him pass with my light cruiser. Probably heal this unit too. The light cruisers are necessary. Having the dreadnought that close. I don't like that. I'm gonna get this French one up. Move this one over here. So he might go to port in Marseille. Okay. Then the other thing I wanted to do is run up to the other insignificant sea, the Baltic Sea. I guess the significantly less significant. Now let's use our submarines here. The idea being that I want to save enough movement points to get over here and to raid this line. Okay, so we know where their their battle cruiser is. So that's kind of good information. I think we'll just park our dreadnought here, give him more supply, have our submarine sit and raid for a little bit, see what the Germans are going to do, and let me look at production points and all that. If there was ever a screen to capture the state of affairs, I really like this one. You have the east over there, kind of shows how far we've gotten into Austria-Hungary. We have the state of affairs that we've pretty much bottled up the German Navy, and now we're preparing to land troops. And then we have the situation where we've almost retaken Belgium, and we're pushing nearly for Luxembourg and the German border itself. So things are looking really good. As far as things to do as far as research goes, I'm still going to pretend that this series might have a little bit of life left in it. I'm going to spend on industrial and on command and control, which will be the target of future investment into research, assuming that happens. I think I was a little hasty saying that this is the last turn. Agrippa did really well in the last one, destroying my 2 units. So I don't see why I would stop now. Similarly with the British, we're just going to invest in the industrial technology, which is probably the most important technology, in my opinion. That gives us 60 points remaining. I don't think we need that anywhere. I'll probably spend it on some ships somewhere. Off camera, though. Or, wait. Maybe just save it, because the British are usually strapped for points. But there also is a unit here. 5, I could do that. That would take up exactly all my points. I need points to actually transport these units, so maybe I'll just spend the points on transporting them. Okay, and then research for, well, I guess that's it, except for the Serbians can do command and control. I don't see why. I mean, what else are they going to do? Maybe entrench? Get 2 points of entrenchment. They only have 1 HQ, but all their units, well, entrenchment is a little bit of a lost cause at this point. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do command and control. 1 point of that. I can do 1 point in both. Nah, let's save some points just in case. And some points left over for the Russians. Yes, I know what I want to do with that. Russians, I want them to buy another detachment. We can't get a core because I didn't save 135, but I think we will buy a detachment. It would be nice to have this in the south where we're just making really good pushes right now. And we're mostly unit limited. The 2 ships that we can deploy for the French, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to put them here. They can escort the... You know what? No. These are like gravely needed in... At least the destroyer is greatly needed in the Mediterranean. Now the seaplane carrier, I think you could argue either way, but I am going to put it in the Mediterranean. I'm just going to hope that our anti-submarine warfare net, these 6 destroyers, that one which I put up to 10, and yeah, the seaplane carrier here, that I hope that these 7 destroyers and 2 seaplane tenders are enough to take on 3 or 4 submarines. That may not be the case. This destroyer needs to go back and get healed so he gets back up to 10. And I think that's it then. I think that's actually going to conclude our turn. Looks like I do have to make one final sweep to distribute a few more points to Russian units. No, I don't think there are any, but British units, there certainly are some ships to choose from. Or, as I already mentioned, maybe I should just leave those points so that we have more. Like this battleship probably should just get out of here. It's going to be dead if it takes a single hit, so we'll move it back home. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to waste time, so let's cut. Okay, we have one of our ships hit by rough seas. 2 of our ships hit by rough seas. Lost a point even, that's bad. Okay, and blockade, and that should be it. French ace Georges, not going to try, gains his first kill over the Western Front. Congratulations, Jorge. And we developed production technology level 1, probably not important. The British don't even have enough points to spend on anything. Improvements for the Russians on the industrial technology level, that's going to be fantastic for them. And the end of turn points allocation looks like both of our major powers will be over 400, and the British are at least over 200, basically 250, which is good. So that's going to conclude this episode. I feel like we're reaching the end, but maybe one more to go. Until then, thanks for watching, and viva l'entente.